Bodhisattvas are extraordinary people. They are not like ordinary people. They have more wisdom and more compassion than ordinary people. The Bodhisattvas began Paticcasamuppāda, dependent origination, when he reflected deeply on the nature of life and attained enlightenment. So you know the Bodhisattva saw the old man, sick man and dead man. So he first pondered aging, sickness and death as did every other Bodhisattva. When he was about to become the Buddha in his last existence. Because it was only after seeing the old man, sick man and dead man that the Bodhisattva saw the samana, the monk, and renounced the world in search of the ageless and deathless Dhamma. He has seen the whole mess of suffering in life, whole mess of suffering of life in aging, sickness and death. We all living beings want to avoid these suffering in life, but there is no end to these suffering which follow us in one existence after another. In view of this endless process of life, we, all living beings, appear to be in bondage and subject to suffering. So think deeply, our life is in fact an infinite process of birth and death. The fate of false and darks is terrible indeed. Some are eaten up while stay in the eggs. If they emerge from the eggs, they do not live long, but they are killed when they grow up a little. They are born only to be killed for human consumption. In the fate of a living being is thus to be repeatedly killed. It is very frightful indeed. But the false and darks appear to be well content with their life. They apparently enjoy life, quacking, crowing, eating and fighting with one another. They may think that they have a lot of time to live, although in fact they have little time to be happy. Also, some people are fighting, a group of people fighting, and you can compare like the fowls and ducks who are in the same cage and which are carried to the slaughtering house. Also, a group of people are fighting even though they all are to be, they all are encounter to death. The span of our human life also is not very long. Our 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years past is seemingly to be yesterday. And 60 or 70 years on earth is a day in the life of a Deva, celestial beings, which is, however, very short in these eyes of Brahma, who may live as long as the duration of the world cycle. But even the Brahmas, who outlives hundreds of world cycle, is insignificant, and his life, the life of Brahma, is short in the duration of samsaric eternity, samsaric long journey. Devas and Brahmas also have to age, they have to die eventually. Although Devas and Brahmas are not subject to sickness and signs of aging, age tells on them invisibly in due course of time. So we all living beings has to face aging, sickness and death, and nobody can escape from these whole mess of suffering in life. It is important to reflect this true nature deeply. So Bodhisattva take Jara and Marana, aging and death, as a starting point. We know that we are aging, we know that we will die one day, we don't want to get old, we don't want to die, but we will get old and we die. There's no way out. So if we want to get rid of this process, we must understand what causes this Jara and Marana. We should find the cause. So Bodhisattva found the cause as jati, birth. The birth, jati, in one life is the cause of Jara and Marana, aging and death in that life. What causes birth? What is the cause of a birth in an existence? What we know is just what Buddha taught. We wish that we have the supernormal knowledge that the Buddha had. But since we don't have that supernormal knowledge, we have to follow the Buddha's teaching. Now we can consider this way, is this our first birth? our first existence, or was there some kinds of existence before this life? We don't know, but we can infer some things. Beings are born different. Even the offspring born of the same parents are different. Some are kind, some are cruel. Even brother and sister are not the same in their temperaments, in their abilities, in their intelligence, and also in their appearance. Why is there this difference? If it is created by someone or something, then they should be the same. Why would the Creator make some intelligent and the other dull or something like that? So, if we consider in this way, we can infer there must be something before this life that causes us to be born as intelligent and the other as dull, and one as a kind and another as a cruel, and so on. There must be something before this life. We cannot attribute the difference to heredity or to environment, because the children brought up in the same environment grew up differently. There must be a cause for this difference. If we cannot find the cause in this life, it follows that it must be in some other time or in some previous life. Something that we did in a previous life has caused us to be born here as an intelligent or a dull, or a rich man or a poor man, and so on. If we think in that way, if we don't know it intuitively, we can at least infer there must be something before this life. There must be something in that life which we did there and which makes us born here as human beings. The things which cause us to be reborn here is what is called karma. So according to this teaching, bhava picaya jati, karma bhava picaya jati. The Bodhisattvas really saw the cause of birth. The condition of jati is something we did in the past. Some karma which is good or bad. The karma we did in the past gives result as birth in this life. So we infer in this way, Bodhisattva saw that the cause of birth, the condition of jati in this life is the good karma or bad karma we did in the past.
Nhưng mà các đấng Bồ Tát đó thì là thấy rõ ràng cái nguyên nhân của sanh hay là jati. là những cái gì mà chúng sanh đã làm ở trong quá khứ. Những cái gì đã làm đây mình gọi là nghiệp. Những thiện nghiệp hay là bất thiện nghiệp mà chúng ta đã làm trong quá khứ thì nó đưa cái quả, đó là cái đời sống của chúng ta sanh ở trong cái đời sống hiện tại.
Then what is the cause of karma? What is the conditions of karma bhava? Why do we do good karma? Why do we do bad karma? We have strong desire or clinging. Strong desire to be reborn in a better existence, better life. Strong desire to be reborn as celestial beings. Strong desire makes us do good karma or bad karma. So according to the teaching, there is upadana picaya bhava, upadana picaya karma bhava. Now suppose someone here, other people talking about pleasure in the celestial world. In the celestial worlds, there are beautiful garden, beautiful scenery, and all the time enjoyment. Then he want to be reborn in the celestial world. So he have a strong desire to be reborn there. If he want to be reborn in the celestial world, he must do something that will enable him to be reborn there. Fortunately, if he have a good teachers, good friends, and then they will tell him, oh, you do some meritorious deeds, like giving, keeping precepts, helping other people, and meditating. If you do meritorious deeds, you will be reborn in the celestial realms. So he do meritorious deeds. As a result of those meritorious deeds, he will be reborn in celestial realms. Unfortunately, if he have bad friends and bad teachers, they may tell him, if you want to have a better life, if you want to be reborn in the celestial realms, you have to sacrifice animal, something like that, sacrifice a goat, sacrifice a pig. In order to be reborn there, if you have faith in that bad teacher, you will kill an animal, sacrificing it with the hope that he will be reborn there. And sacrificing or killing an animal is not good karma, it is bad karma. As a result of that bad karma, he will be reborn, and not in the good realm, not in the celestial realms, but down in the woeful states. So, upadana, strong desire to be reborn in the good realms or celestial realms, makes him do sometimes meritorious deeds and sometimes make him do killing or some unwholesome acts. So that strong desire, upadana, is the condition for karma to arise. Upadana vijaya bhava. Upadana vijaya karma bhava. Upadana in our practice of meditation very dangerous. Upadana, grasping, clinging, that means taking firmly it is compared to a snake swallowing a mouse or something. Once it has taken the mouse in its mouth, this snake will not let it go again. In the same way, when our craving reach the stage of upadana, clinging, we cannot give up. This firm, strong, and lobha is upadana, clinging. So in the practice of meditation, all yogis very, very careful about the present phenomena. Present when you breathe in, as soon the present phenomena is breathing in and also rising of the abdomen. When there is rising, you note, you mindful of the rising. And when there is falling, you mindful of the falling. Present phenomena is coming up at the sixth sense doors, and you try to capture. So this present phenomena has not yet been defiled. It is like an unsoiled piece of cloth or paper. Now yogi very, very careful to capture that present phenomena. Because yogi are very quick enough to capture on that present phenomena, just as is coming up, the phenomena will not be defiled. But if we fail to capture that present phenomena or to note that present object, and then it gets defiled. Once defiled, it cannot be managed. So if we fail to note the presently arising mind and body process, as it rises, upadana, clinging or grasping, intervenes. Upadana, grasping or clinging is not a small matter. It is the root cause of our good deeds and bad deeds, due to our right clinging and wrong clinging. The person who has grasped works to accomplish what he believes are good. We all are doing what we think is good. So what makes us think it is good? It is upadana, clinging. Other people may think it is bad deed, but the doer think it is good. If he thinks it is not good, of course he will not do it. King Asoka was very famous in the in our Buddhism, and there is a noteworthy passage in King Asoka's inscriptions. It mentioned that one thinks good of one do. One never thinks bad of his. One never thinks bad of what he do. A thief steals because he think it is good to steal. A robber robs because he think it is good to rob. A serial killer kills because he think it is good to kill. And King Ajatasattu killed his own father, King Bimbisara. He thought it was good if he killed his father. So why to him it was good? One who commits suicide because he thinks committing suicide is good. A moth rush to a flame because it thinks that it is a very nice thing. All living things do what they do because they think it is good to do so. So to think it is good is upadana, grasping. Once we have really grasped, we do things. So what is the outcome? It is good karma and bad karma, and good deeds and bad deeds. So when he have wrong views, he hold on to it tenaciously, then he act according to that wrong view. Then his actions are mostly unwholesome action. Those unwholesome actions will give results as rebirth in woeful states. Strong desire and wrong view are the two conditions for rebirth. Upadana Vijaya Bhava, Kama Bhava. So before he has strong desire, he must have weak desire. First he has not strong desire for something, then that desire becomes stronger and stronger. The condition for strong desire and also the condition for wrong view is not so strong desire, which is called tanna, craving here. And he has attachment and he has desire for something, and then it increases in strength and becomes strong and desire. So tanna and upadana, tanna vijaya upadana. So when we practice meditation, we have to remove that causing factors that we produce suffering. that will produce suffering. The causing factors, present causes for suffering are avijja, ignorance, tanha, craving, upadana, clinging, kama bhava, and sankhara. These are 5 causing factors to produce suffering. So when we yogis practicing meditation, yogi are mindful all the time, and then you know very well, you understand very well the present phenomena, and you should not be ignorant. But if you fail to note, yogi will be ignorance, and many complications will come. Ignorance, craving, clinging, volition activities, and karma will cause suffering. So we have to recite these guidelines. Just look at your paper, page 7, number C. So page 7, number C. Can you follow me? 3 sentences. The yogi should note and observe.
The yogi should note and observe.
So as to know the mind and body process.
So as to know the mind and body process.
Arising in the present moment correctly.
Arising in the present moment correctly.
When one is ignorant.
When one is ignorant.
Attachment arises.
Attachment arises,
and the suffering of the aggregates will arise.
And the suffering of the aggregate will arise.
So when we are ignorant, when we not mindful, ignorance will there, and then we have craving, and we have clinging, and then we do have volitional activities, we try to get it, and there will come karma bhava. And because if we not mindful, if we don't note continuously, we will suffer again and again. And the last sentence, follow me. When one knows and understands.
When one knows and understands.
One is free from attachment.
One is free from attachment.
And one is free from the suffering of the aggregates.
And one is free from the suffering of the aggregates.
So yogi practice very diligently the whole day. The whole day you have 4 hours sleeps, very energetic, and whatever phenomena arises, you take note of it. And primary objects you never forget. If there is no other objects, you try to stay with the primary object. Your momentary concentrations become continuous. And then yogi knows and understands the individual characteristics and the common characteristic of the phenomena. Sure, it disappears. The phenomena disappear and you have no attachment. And then you have no craving, no clinging, and no volitional activities at this moment. And at that time, karma bhava also cease for that momentary. But if you attain mega, it will cease totally. So now what you yogis are doing is a very important job, very great job. Yogi need to mindful continuously. We have to stop our discourse for today by practicing vipassana meditation, by observing every phenomena occurring at the 6 senses, by noting rising, falling, sitting, touching, standing, seeing, hearing, continuously and meticulously. May all yogis be liberated from all suffering. May all yogis realize the real peace in the very near future.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.